a Martin County dog trainer arrested after a WPTV investigation.
For more than a year, we've been tracking the complaints piling up after several mysterious dog deaths in connection with Pawsitively Paradise. This is located in Palm City. That facility was supposed to be boarding, caring for, and training family pets. But now investigators believe many of the dogs there suffered at the hands of the facility's owner, Nikki Camerlengo.
We have team coverage tonight. Dave Bowman has reaction from the victims, but we'll begin with Kate Hussey, who has been tracking every twist in this case, exposing numerous problems at Pawsitively Paradise, and today broke the news that Nikki Camerlengo being charged with animal cruelty. Kate?
Michael, Nikki Camerlengo of Pawsitively Paradise is now here in the St. Lucie County Jail behind me. Her arrest comes more than a year after investigators started looking into the facility. What they say brought this to a head are these necropsies here in my hand. Now, I want you to take a look at these photos shared to us by Martin County deputies. They show Camerlengo in handcuffs just a few hours ago. Now, this comes after the Martin County Sheriff's Office has launched 3 separate investigations into 3 dogs they say died in her care since November of 2022. The latest 2 dogs, Flurry and Bo, died just weeks apart in March. Deputies sent those dogs off to the lab for necropsies, which just recently came back showing both dogs died of blunt force trauma to the head and neck area. Deputies obtaining a warrant for her arrest soon after.
If I'm halfway smiling, I am, not because of the complexity of the case, but we're so ecstatic that we're finally able to make an arrest and start bringing closure to some of these poor victims. This was not an accident. This was done on purpose. Why? We don't know. We wish we knew.
So far, Camerlengo is charged with 1 felony count of animal cruelty in Bo's death, but he believes investigators, that is, at least 1 other felony charge will be forthcoming. Now, in 2022, code enforcement cited Camerlengo's business 8 times. 7 of those citations were for improper care of animals, specifically keeping them in crates without access to water. And while she's not operating anymore in that same Palm City facility, we found that her website is still active. We found her voicemail still advertises as Nikki, the dog trainer, and investigators believe she has still been operating up until this point. I've sat down and spoken with the many families of these dogs. They shared their stories with me with the sole reason of keeping her from continuing to practice. My colleague Dave Bowman spoke with many of them again today. He shares their side of the story. Dave?
And Kate, you've been working this story now a year and a half, talking to 6 families in 3 different counties who have claimed that their pets were either died or were injured in the care of Pawsitively Paradise. One of those individuals is here in Jupiter Farms. His name is Turner Benoit. He bought a puppy for his mother, and the puppy died in the care of Pawsitively Paradise just after about a week, and he thought something was wrong, so he reported it to police. His mother boarded the Golden Doodle at the place for a week as she hoped the puppy would be trained and cared for. But then Turner tells us he got the call from Nikki Camerlengo telling him the dog had died. He asked her to take the body to a veterinarian. The sheriff's office was able to get Flurry's body to do what's a necropsy. That's an autopsy for animals. The sheriff says Flurry's necropsy is one of 2 that have shown signs of blunt force trauma. And after learning of the arrest of the facility's owner, Nikki Camerlengo, Turner Benoit says he was not surprised.
I was glad that there's some justice in this whole thing. I'm not looking forward to talking to my mother about it, but I'm glad that we have a chance of making sure this doesn't happen to anyone else.
And that was a sentiment of many of the others that we talked to as well today, people whose dogs had died or were severely injured at the facility. They are hoping that today's arrest means Nikki Camerlengo won't be able to board or train dogs for much longer. Reporting live in Jupiter Farms, Dave Bowman, WPTV News Channel 5.